Bright star, would I were steadfast as thou art, not in lone splendor hung aloft the night, and watching with eternal lids apart, like nature's patient, sleepless eremite, earth's moving waters at their priest-like task of pure ablution round earth's human shores, or gazing on the new soft fallen mask of snow upon the mountains and the moors. No, yet still steadfast, still unchangeable, pillowed upon my fair love's ripening breast, to feel forever its soft swell and fall, awake forever in a sweet unrest, still, still to hear her tender taken breath, and so live ever, or else swoon to death. This is, of course, Keats's most famous sonnet, Bright Star. Jane Campion, in her wonderful cinematic rendering of Keats's life as it related to his lover Fanny Brawne, used this title as the name of her film. This sonnet is one of many fabulous Keats sonnets. He was one of the best sonnet writers in the English language since the Renaissance. This sonnet really captures the primary dynamic in Keats's work. Two definitions of steadfastness rule the poem. The first definition of steadfastness is what? The steadfastness of the star. What is that? Well, the star is stationary. The star, yes, it's bright. Yes, it's permanent. Yes, it's eternal. But also it's aloof. It's distant. It's static. So even though it can see from its height the ocean lap the shore as if the ocean is holy water, absolving the earth of its evil, even though it has that holistic vision of the earth. Think of how we might envision the earth as a beautiful blue marble from afar. Even though the star sees the earth as a harmonious whole, it also is distant from the earth, and therefore it also, when it sees the earth, the snow on the earth, sees the snow only as a mask. In other words, the star cannot penetrate beyond the surface of the earth. So there's a sense here that there is a beauty in the steadfastness of permanence and distance, unchangingness, but this is not the kind of steadfastness that the poet values. The poet's steadfastness is ironic. The poet's steadfastness is a commitment not to what is the same, but a commitment to what changes, a commitment to the rhythms of time, the swell and fall of his lover's breast, the rhythm of her breathing. So impermanence, transience, change, certainly these are not states of steadfastness, but one can commit to these states with steadfastness. So that is the poet's faith in the pain of time, the flow of time. And if he cannot embrace the organic world of change, which of course is death, because everything that is finite, organic dies, if he cannot embrace physical death, that to him is a kind of spiritual death. He would rather die, be dead, than embrace the rhythms of time, which again are as painful as they are pleasurable, which are just as likely to decay as they are to grow. So this is the Keats that we see over and over again, someone who is skeptical toward what we might call metaphysical descriptions of the world that aspire to permanence, that aspire to certainty, that aspire to stability. Keats is suspicious of these systems of thought because he believes they alienate one from the lovely concreteness of the world, the sensual pleasure of the world. To enjoy the world sensually, you must embrace all of the horror of the physical world that's constantly killing and maiming and sickening. But in embracing that, the darker sides of physical experience, one also can experience the ecstasy, the superabundant joy of embracing the transient, the mysterious earth of flowers, musk roses, wine, all of the imagery that we're going to see in Keats's later odes that he wrote at the end of his life. So that sonnet, Bright Star, if you get lost in Keats, as you go through his letters and his poems, go back to that poem. It will ground you. It will make you steadfast toward Keats himself.